talked a little bit about firsts yesterday. Hockey in May here has never been done. You keep starting new traditions. How do you feel about that?
What's the question, Clay? As far as what's going on here?
Right. It's May 2nd. We're still playoff hockey.
I don't even know what date it is, Clay. I'm just getting ready for Game 4. And that's where we live under a rock right now. And as far as May, June, September, I don't care what date it is. I know it's Game 4 tonight.
PLD mentioned that you told the team you haven't accomplished anything yet. Is that generally the message, that we play this like it's 0-0?
We haven't done anything yet.
Yes. John, 2 questions for you. Nudavaro, is that still an injury situation, or is that a coach's decision at this point?
That's still injury.
Okay. The second part, your defense with Scott Harrington, Dean Kukan, Adam Clendenning. Who knows if these guys would be in the lineup if you didn't have the injuries that you have? Yet they're here, you're playing in the second round. What have you thought about those 3 and how they've seized the opportunity with the minutes you're giving them?
Yeah, they've played very well. I mean, we have 3 guys out from our 6 that would be considered our top 6. But the other guys have come in, haven't been afraid, have not been tentative, have played very well. And you don't get an opportunity to keep competing in playoffs unless, especially in that back end, if you're not doing your job. So we're really happy about how they've gone about it.
A couple of players said after Game 3 that one of the reasons this team is so successful right now is everybody knows the role that they've been tasked with. They're comfortable in those roles. That's allowing them to thrive in those roles. How important is it a coach to kind of communicate those and make sure everyone's put in a position to succeed like that?
Well, I think that's a big part of regular season is to set the standard of how we play, to put the honesty out there as far as where you fit within the team and what's expected of you. So that doesn't, I don't think that's something that happens in playoffs. That's something we are striving during the regular season to get within our team concept.
The other night, a couple guys were saying that, especially during that last sequence, in the third period, they're blocking shots, all that when they see a teammate step in front of a shot, somebody's taking a slap shot, that when it's blocked, it's almost as exciting as a goal going in. The bench goes crazy. Do coaches, do you feel that same way? And just how important is that to be able to just kind of step in front of them?
Yeah, I was just hooting and hollering with the tape when we were showing them this morning, some of the blocks. Yeah, that's so important for a team to bring that, the tightness as far as how we're trying to go about it here. The things you have to do, it just has to be part of you. So those are things we're always showing and talking about as we go through the playoffs here.
John, you've been pretty clear on the record about what your thoughts about the fraternization on the ice between players and other teams. Is it less in the playoffs? Do you see less of that kind of stuff because the stakes are higher?
You know what? I hate it so much I don't even look for it anymore because all it does is aggravate me on the ice. I haven't really watched it. I'm sure it's calmed down. I would hope so. I think every inch that you give a team helps that team. I think it comes down to that when you're in playoffs. You need to stay within yourself. You need to worry about yourself, your team, and not give it all. And so Tom, I'm not watching for it. I hope it isn't going on, because then they got you.
As a follow-up to what I asked before about the defense, you said the other day about Harrington, he's a good story for this team because of where he was as far as inability to get in the lineup. What has allowed him to become a regular player for you? I mean, he played 73 games this year after playing, I think, 30 last year.
Easy. He plays within himself, and he's just a true competitor. Those are the 2 biggest things. He understands what he is, plays within himself, and he's one of the true competitors that I've coached.
Kind of following up on Tom's question, is it good for playoff hockey for there to be villains on different sides of the team or different teams?
I didn't hear the question.
Is it good for playoff hockey when there's villains on one side or on the other side? Players that fans especially gravitate toward and maybe get more of a rise out of?
For fans? I don't pay attention to it. I'm not sure who villains are or what we're just getting ready to play.
You said that's something that's more for like the fans and the media to talk about, but I just wondered, is it good for the game of hockey when there are players that fans have strong feelings about?
Yeah, I mean it's I remember when I was a kid, and I'd watch hockey games, and there's guys I didn't like, there's guys I liked. It's for sure it's a good thing, but like I said, for us playing the game, I don't see different players. I just see one team I'm playing against.
Who was it as a kid? Anybody? Any specific series or games you remember as a kid? Like,
When I was a kid, I liked Philadelphia, so I'd watch them against Pittsburgh. Every so years, they play against each other in the playoffs, and they'd go at it. So that's the only memory I have, but I don't have any memories of individuals.
there were some goalies that I hated as I was a Red Wings fan growing up. The guys you run into a hot goaltender in the playoffs, and the guy you just root against, so you had some of those same feelings, some of those same experiences as a kid then.
Yeah, like I said, I don't remember much, but I just remember, I forget which year, but Pittsburgh played against Philly, and it was a really good series to watch, and I was 13, something like that, and I got really caught up into that series.
Have you ever noticed fans keying on you, or have a game where you feel like the way you're playing is really frustrating a fan base or a crowd?
I don't really tell. I mean, once I get on the ice, after warm-ups, that's probably the last time where I hear everything going on. And after that, I kind of get into my zone, and I don't really hear or pay attention to anything going on in the stands.
Doobie said he's felt it at times in his career, which probably isn't too big of a surprise. But he said it's good when you can take on something like that, and maybe if they're focusing on you, they're not focusing on your teammates.
Yeah, I think everybody plays a different type of game. Doobie, he must be extremely. I've never played against him, but he must be really hard to play against. Really annoying. He works so hard. He's hard on pucks. He's good on faceoffs. So, I don't doubt that in moments in his career he's felt like that before.
What was the message from Torts this morning?
That we haven't accomplished anything yet. We just got to keep going. It was a big game last game, but game 4 tonight's going to be the same type of thing. They're going to come out strong, and we just have to play one period at a time and build from there.
How much more intense? I mean, it's been tight, it's been intense. How much more do you expect it? How much higher do you expect it to be tonight?
They're a really good team. They have a lot of experience on their team. We talk about improving every game on certain aspects, and I'm sure they're talking about the same things in their locker room. So I think every game this series is going to get even tighter. It's going to be even harder to fight for space out there. But that's what we expect, and that's what we're trying to improve on.